Hello and welcome to another episode of RayJ Reviews. This is a unique episode. I'm here with Tim Odom, and we're going to be talking about his new business, Tim's Tiny Trucks. So, Tim, thank you for taking the time to talk to me about this.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for having us.
Because you're a busy person, I can see, with all the trucks out here.
Yeah, here lately it has been.
So, in summary, just a short summary of what is your business in general. We're going to get into details later, but what are you doing?
So we import what's called a K-class vehicle from Japan, and we mostly fix them up as off-road vehicles and resell them here in the States.
Okay, what's K-class mean?
K-class is an initiative that they started in Japan to get the people to drive smaller vehicles. So they have strict length, height, width regulations there.
Okay.
And as well as engine size regulations. So they're all 10 foot by 4 foot with 660 cc motors in them.
Oh, okay, really? Okay, gotcha. And so I'm going to ask you a little about the history. What got you interested in doing this? How did this evolve?
So it started with living on the lake. I needed something to get fuel to my boat because our lake doesn't have a gas station. I got tired of dragging a can down. So we were looking for something. We were going to buy a side-by-side, and my friend introduced me to these mini trucks. And I said, man, that would be cool to have. It's street legal. We can drive it. We can put a fuel tank in the back. So we imported one, and driving it around, we never intended on selling it. Just driving around the neighborhood, people were flagging us down. What is that? Where did you get it? Can you get me one? And I said, man, I've already figured out how to do the importation process. So I started importing more of them. And for going on 2 years now, I just did it as a hobby. I was just import one, sell it, import one, sell it. And when my business partner Tim and I got together about a month ago, we decided we wanted to make something out of it.
Okay.
And started doing it for real, importing them multiple trucks at a time and really getting after it.
Okay. So about how many trucks are you going through your shop in a month?
Originally, it was planned that it was going to be 1 to 2 trucks a month.
Right.
So we ordered 8 trucks with the intention of having 6 months worth of inventory.
Okay.
That was a month ago, and out of those 8, there's 2 left. So
wow. So they're selling pretty quickly.
They are, very quickly.
You mentioned street legal. So what's involved in getting one street legal?
So they have to be 25 years old to be street legal.
Okay.
So everything we import right now is 97 or older.
Right.
And in order to get them street legal, they come with a DOT and EPA exemption, as well as a export certificate, which is the Japanese title. So when they leave Japan, they shred the title, they issue a export certificate.
Okay.
You take that up to the DMV and they put a title on them and register them, and it's just like a street vehicle.
Now since they're over 25 years old, they don't get annual inspections, do they?
They do,
but
they're exempt from EPA, so they don't get emissions tested.
Oh, it's just a safety.
It's just a safety. They check your blinkers,
like
tires.
it used to be.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Before it became an emissions inspection.
Yes.
So when you bring them in here, what kind of things do you all do? I mean, I see them different stages of renovation. So what's your approach when you bring them in here?
One thing that every truck we bring in gets a full maintenance regimen. So we go through, and just through my experience of things that commonly have gone wrong with them, I replace everything that happens that commonly does go, so that when they come out of our shop, they're done. So they get spark plugs, wires, distributor cap, rotor, ignition coils, ignition modules, fuel, air, oil filters, timing belt, water pump. All the fluids are changed.
Okay.
So we really go through them head to toe and make sure that they're in good operating condition and that they're going to go out and be, a good running vehicle for a while.
Right. Okay. And I see some things you do are cosmetic, some things seem to be functional. Tell me a little bit about some of the modifications you do.
Agreed. So we do lift kits, wheels, and tires. A lot of our customers are deer leases and ranches, and so they want the off-road capability. So that's where the lift kit, wheels, and tires kind of functionality comes in.
Right.
A lot of the cosmetics, we do paint. We do these ones you can see in the background. This is actually bed liner, the entire
both
outside.
Of these are.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. So we do colored bed liner, black bed liner. And of course, this one is painted. We also do custom fabricated roof racks with spare tires mounted to them. We do custom fabricated bumpers and bull bars with winches.
I got you.
Lights, they'll have LED. This one actually is going to have full LED light bars across the top and rear facing. We put RGB LED lights underneath them.
Oh, that's good. Now, do you do them like if a customer talks to you about wanting to buy one, do you do like custom things based on what they ask them?
Sure.
Yeah.
So this truck is one that was built out just to sell, and this truck is actually a customer specified build. So
Okay.
this truck is actually a bee farmer is who bought this truck, and so he wants to bring this to his ranch where he has his bee farm, and the whole theme is all going to be black and yellow. So it's going to have leather seats with a honeycomb pattern stitched in yellow.
That's great.
And we're going to embroider an angry bee in the headrest in it. And then all the accents, so underneath will be painted yellow. The emblems will all be painted yellow, so it'll be that black and yellow theme.
Great. So you work with local, like, upholstery people and all that to get this stuff done, too?
Yeah.
So you're supporting other businesses around here, too?
We do most of everything ourselves, except for the stuff that really takes a lot of skill, which is spraying this bed liner and the upholstery work, stuff but a lot of it we do ourselves, but we don't do anything with major chains. Everything's done locally through small companies.
That's great. Now, you mentioned something about maintenance and things. I know you get them ready so they're good to go, but if someone needs engine or transmission repair, how difficult is that to do?
It's really easy. These are super basic motors. They're carbureted inline 3-cylinders, very easy to work on, very simple. There's no computers involved with them, so any mechanic can work on them. Almost anybody that's mechanically minded can work on them.
Gotcha.
And parts are easy to obtain now. 10 years ago, they were difficult because they're from Japan. So if you want parts that are specific, you had to get them from Japan. But it's not the case anymore. Now there's multiple parts houses that all they do is sell mini truck parts.
Okay.
So, if you run into something, I need this, it's specific to this truck.
That's good.
You call up there, and within a couple days, you've got parts at your door. So they're really easy to obtain parts for nowadays.
What's in the future? Do you see any big changes or new ideas, or have some plans that make some change?
We do. We plan to diversify ourselves, so we want to pick up a couple extra brands that, in addition to the mini trucks. So we plan on picking up a couple extra off-road power sport vehicles. We're looking at a beach cruiser brand that we're looking to pick up. We're hoping to really expand our inventory with the Japanese and otherwise.
Good. So how do people find you and get in touch with you?
Sure. Tim's Tiny Trucks on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And we have a website, www.timstinytrucks.com.
Okay, good. Well, I appreciate it. Now, can we go for a ride in one of these?
Let's do it.
Okay,
good. All right.
Thank you. I'm in the truck now with the business partner, and his name is also Tim. And we're going to go out for a little drive, and we're in Eleanor right now. So tell me a little bit about what you've been involved with.
So as far as the company itself, Tim kind of went through this whole process of getting these things imported, and with the shop and mechanical mindset that he was kind of looking for, we basically teamed up and basically got to a situation where we're importing and trying to cut into a market with side-by-sides and golf carts. We want these mini trucks to end up being synonymous with that lingo. When you come in and you're looking for a toy, looking for something to run around the neighborhood in, off-roading, ranching, whatever it may be, when you think golf cart, side-by-side, we want you to think mini truck as well. There's a viable option.
Gotcha.
Having something that is street legal, having something that can actually get you up to speed if you truly need to run errands rather than just putting around the neighborhood.
Gotcha.
Utility if you're running hay, picking up a couch down the street you bought.
Yeah.
All elements when it comes to the neighborhood element is why we're going to start doing some of these street trucks as well.
Gotcha. So how hard is it to drive a right-hand drive?
As far as the right-hand drive, honestly, you forget that you're doing it. Once you drive it once or twice, you honestly kind of forget that it's happening, and the only time you do remember is when you get into your regular vehicle and you go to turn your blinker on. You turn those windshield wipers on instead, because everything in this is reverse except for the transmission. The transmission's still the exact same for some reason, but blinkers on the right, windshield wipers on the left. It's really the only time you notice it.
Well, that's about it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Get out and check out Tim's Tiny Trucks. Maybe you'll find one that you like. But most importantly, I hope that you get out and enjoy life.